I said I was going to stop recording videos today, but I started drinking while I started uploading the videos, so I lied. Okay, this video is going to be on an idea I had about a year back. Started out as a really good idea, and then it went real bad. So, essentially, the idea I came up with was like there are some of these diseases that have genetic dispositions to them, or that they're entirely genetic. With the case of like sickle cell anemia, and I was like, we have CRISPR. There's not a lot of things I can think of that would be good uses for CRISPR, but could we use it for this? And I was like, yeah. So I logged on sickle cell anemia. I looked it up. I was like, yeah, there's only one gene component to it. This should be doable. Because I've seen, I won't be able to post a video link for this, but I saw somebody who like cured themselves of lactose intolerance by just using like garage lab and CRISPR. So I was like, surely you could do the same with sickle cell anemia. Sorry, I was getting sidetracked in my mind. So I start doing research. I look it up. It looks possible, but then I find someone has already started doing this. Like 7 months prior to me having this idea, somebody had already put out stuff. It was done. So that probably makes me like 2 years late, but whatever. Uh, I felt very like on the ball, like all those people that put out. Like I swear, somebody like a month or two after Alexander Graham Bell put out like a telephone patent, and they were like, "Oh, you're too late, buddy." That's how I felt. Uh, so at that point, I looked up a few different diseases that only had one gene that needed to be fixed, and the whole fix kind of sucks really because between research fees and paying off the FDA and all that, the actual, I won't say cure because it reduces your symptoms by a lot and might extend your lifespan for sickle cell anemia. That broke my chain of thought. Uh, it's super expensive. It's like I think last I checked, it was like $2 million if you wanted to be treated for that using CRISPR. So that kind of put a damper on any actual ideas of like, oh, we could treat this or we could treat that. No, so I just kind of brain rotted and went full evil, and I was like, well, as long as we're on the subject, could we make super soldiers? So I'm gonna have to look up a few things, but I did come up with a nice little three-part plan to make super soldiers based on CRISPR. One of which is I started looking it up and I thought of it, but it's called muscle hypertrophy, and it's a genetic disposition to grow muscles like really big because you don't have. I think it like deforms or disables the molecule that's made to regulate muscle growth. And obviously, the issue, not obviously, obvious to me because I already looked it up, uh, the issue with these gene treatments that we know of is that they don't take well. So like let's say you pump a whole bunch of CRISPR into somebody, it's not going to affect every cell of that person's body unless you did worked on babies, not even babies, like unborn infants. Unless you focused on like an embryo, you're not going to get full coverage. Not going to talk about the ethics of any of this because obviously I have no plans to do any of this. But so with muscle hypertrophy, you could increase the gains and the how long somebody would maintain their gains in like the reserves or anything. So it'd be easier to keep a standing military, have stronger soldiers. That's good. Uh, and my thought is that all of these wouldn't be like super effective treatments, but they would have an effect and combined. Well, forget about combined. Combined, they're good, but the other thing is that because they're not fully effective, I don't think you would see as many downsides to these treatments as some of the people who have like all of these are based on genetic anomalies that people actually have. The other one is there is a super dense bone mutation called, it's linked to the LRP5 gene, and it gives you extraordinarily strong bones. Like I think there have been cases of people with this getting hit by like cars and surviving with bruising because their bones just wouldn't break. And it has been linked with issues like enlarged jaws or nerve compression. Scientists are currently studying it to treat osteoporosis. But I think it would be a good addition to the super soldier program because if these benefits and the potential issues are both minimized because you can't get full coverage, I would think that this would be another great addition. And then there was one last one. Yes, so there is another mutation. It's the last one that I picked for the super soldier program, and it is the endurance mutation, which is tied to a single gene, again, the CMAH gene in humans that enhanced long distance running and metabolism and cellular structure. So I think that if you used those three genes on the military, that would be very solid at work. Like I think that the military would not complain on what you did. I mean, the higher ups, the actual soldiers probably wouldn't like that very much. But this is in the bad ideas tab. Just a reminder. Uh, and to expound on the bad ideas, my personal thoughts on CRISPR, not like once again, not going to dive into the ethics. I think the ethics of all of this are pretty self-apparent, but CRISPR as like an actual thing, I just don't trust its accuracy in editing. So like, yes, we talk about how you can go in, you can specifically swap out this gene with another gene, but really, I just, I don't know. My personal opinion is just that I just don't think it's that accurate. I think you might wind up with extra byproducts. It's hard to get the specific gene fragment, a whole bunch that you want correctly. It's just like, even if CRISPR works perfectly, I don't know that our system of getting CRISPR and the genes together is perfect. You know what I'm saying? I did. Bye.